Human resources development has been identified as the single most important strategic capital for the African continent. Organizations like the African Capacity Building Foundation, the African Union's Specialized Agency for Capacity Development, have set up formidable goals to achieve through advanced training and research in science and technology. VOA's Paul Ndiho has more.
A World Bank survey says Sub-Saharan Africa's growth is projected to reach 3.1% in 2018 and to average 3.6% in 2019 and 2020. This moderate growth upswing nonetheless remains uneven, with considerable variations across countries. But could investment in human resources be the answer? The African University of Science and Technology, Nelson Mandela Research Institute for Excellence on Science and Technology in Africa is leading the way, with a special focus on right areas, according to a top official at the African Capacity Building Foundation.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics are the areas where Africa has to pay attention in terms of building skills, whether it's to promote agricultural development, or to really add value to natural resources, or to be able to really propel the kind of manufacturing jobs that are needed to create a massive number of jobs for young people in the continent.
Created in 2007, the Africa University of Science and Technology is grooming Africa's top young scientists and engineers to make impact in their respective fields.
AUSD is one of those very few institutions that have been created in Africa over the last 20 years to address one of the major challenges for development in Africa, which is the inadequacy of skills in science, engineering, and technology.
The Africa Capacity Foundation supports a number of students at master's and PhD levels. Joy Oyoliwala studied for her master's in computer science, and she's one of the beneficiaries of the program.
I benefited from an ACBF scholarship to study for an MSc in computer science at the African University of Science and Technology. In my spare time, I volunteer in STEM programs, STEM being science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is a scheme that's been designed to empower the girl children in learning sciences.
Musibwa Francis, a PhD student, has also benefited from the funding.
I came into AST as an indigent student. I, of course, couldn't have afforded the tuition fee, the cost of schooling in a prestigious institution like this. I've always loved to be an academic with active involvement in research and knowledge transfer, as well as mentoring young Africans. So the funding has been a pivotal point, a turning point for my advancement as a person and as an African who is passionate about education.
Since inception, more than 38 PhD students and 26 young women have completed master's degrees in science and technology, and they are now offering smart solutions to African problems as part of a human resource development program. Analysts say Africa needs improved governance to succeed with its ambition for transformation. But it can only do this by narrowing the huge skills deficit it has in areas such as engineering, agricultural research, and the number of scientists needed to tackle Africa's infrastructure problems. Paul Ndiho, VOA News, Washington.